Hi students, I welcome to all of you to this session of fluid mechanics. Dear students, this is lesson number 4. You know last class we have discussed the force on submerged surface where we have seen that how the force is acting on the particular vertical plane surface or a horizontal surface. Okay, so when the particular fluid is at rest, then at that time we have seen that what is the force exerted on a particular element. Okay, so today we will be discussing about the forces on submerged surface where the forces on inclined and curved surface will be discussed, some numerical will be discussed, and also we will be discussing some buoyancy and flotation part. Okay, so, myself Dhiraj Mondol, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, JIS College of Engineering, Kollani. So, let us start. You know that this part was discussed, introduction, total pressure also discussed, center of pressure, vertical plane surface submerged in liquid. Then we have discussed the here center of pressure, how we can calculate the center of pressure, that is also discussed. Then the moment of inertia of a particular plane surface, like different type of geometrical figure we have taken, and we have seen that what is the moment of inertia of a trapezium, what is the moment of inertia of a circle, triangle, rectangle. This numerical it is discussed, and some horizontal plane surface was taken. Okay, then what is the force? Now today we are going to discuss about the inclined plane surface submerged in liquid. So in case of the inclined plane surface, let us consider in the given figure you have seen that the plane surface is inclined with respect to the free liquid surface. Now what is the force, what is the center of pressure, that I am going to discuss here. Now, so here you can see the body is inclined and it is making an angle theta with respect to free liquid surface. Now the from the angle theta we have taken a line, and here you can see that with respect to that angle theta I have taken a 90 degree, that is a normal line OO. Okay, now with respect to that line we have taken a strip at a distance y bar at a distance y, and from that line OO we have taken the center of gravity which is at a distance y bar and the center of pressure at a distance y star. Now let us consider the H bar, that is your from the free liquid surface. H bar is the depth of the center of gravity of inclined area from free surface, and A capital A is the area of the total area of the inclined surface, and A star is the distance of center of pressure from free surface of liquid, and the theta is the angle made by the plane of the surface with free liquid surface. Okay, so theta is the angle made by the plane of the surface with free liquid surface. So these are the consideration. Now let the plane of the surface if produced meet to free liquid surface at O, and O is the axis perpendicular to the plane of the surface. Okay, and y bar is the what distance of the center of gravity of the inclined surface from OO, and y star is the distance of the center of pressure from the OO. Okay, now what we are doing, we have to calculate the intensity of pressure. So intensity of pressure P is equal to rho g is, so pressure force dF on the strip, dF is equal to P into area. Okay, pressure into area of the strip. So rho g is into dA is the pressure force. Okay, so total pressure force on whole area F is equal to integration of dF and is equal to integration of rho g is into dA. Now from the circle from triangular law we can say that h bar by y bar, you can say the h bar by y bar is equal to h star by y star is equal to h by y is equal to sine theta. Okay, so sine theta is equal to this we can write. So by the help of this equation we can say that h is equal to y sine theta and f is equal to what we have seen, rho g h into dA. So rho g h into dA, so put the value of the h, so rho g y into sine theta into dA. So rho g sine theta is constant here and y into dA, it is what, it is the area moment. So y into dA it can be written as area into, that means it is the dA, the integration of dA is your a and y bar area moment. So y into dA is your a into y bar, that means area into distance from the center of gravity from the reference plane OO, from this reference plane OO. Okay, now y bar is the distance of CG from reference plane O, and F is equal to what, rho g sine theta y bar into A. Is it clear? So rho g into area into h bar, it can be written because h bar is equal to y sine theta. So h bar is equal to y sine theta. So that is why F is equal to rho g A h bar. I hope it is clear. Now let us discuss about the center of pressure. What is center of pressure? The center of pressure, to calculate the center of pressure, the strip, here the small strip is taken and let us consider dF, small force is applied on that particular strip. So dF is equal to what? Force is equal to rho pressure into area. So rho g H into dA. Rho g H is the pressure into dA. So rho g y sine theta into dA is the dF. Okay, so moment of the force dF is about axis OO. So dF is into y and rho g y sine theta into dA into y. So rho g sine theta y square dA according to the new formula. So dF, this force about axis OO, it is equal to rho g sine theta y square dA. Now what is this y square dA? It is the moment of inertia. So sum of the moment of all the forces about reference plane OO, it is equal to what? Integration rho g sine theta y square dA. So ultimately rho g sine theta is your constant and y square dA is taken inside this integration. So y square dA is what? Moment of inertia of the surface about point O, and it is equal to I naught. So this is the I naught. So therefore the sum of the moments of all forces about OO is equal to rho g sine theta I naught, and moment of the total force F about reference plane OO is given as the total force. So total force is your F, and the distance should be taken y star because this is the center of pressure, the distance from OO, center of pressure. So y star is what? Distance of the center of pressure from reference plane OO. So mathematically this total moment is equal to the integration part. Okay, so F into y star is equal to rho g sine theta I naught. So according from this equation we can easily say that y star is nothing but rho g sine theta I naught by F, and H star is equal to what? From this from here you can see, from here rho H star is equal to y star sine theta. So y star is equal to H star by sine theta. So F is equal to rho g H also we know. So I naught, by the help of the parallel axis theorem, it can be written that I naught is equal to Ig plus A into y bar square. So if I am substituting the value of this value, then y it is equal to what? Y star is equal to A star by sin theta, and this part here Ig plus A y bar square. So ultimately this equation is coming like this, and A star is equal to sin square theta by A is bar into Ig plus A y bar square. So y h bar by y bar is equal to what? Sin theta. So y bar is equal to h bar by sin theta. So h bar is equal to, from this equation you can say Ig sin square theta by h bar plus h bar. So this is all about the center of pressure, the equation, very important for your exam point of view. Now if theta is equal to 90 degree, then the equation it becomes same as the equation in the previous slide we have seen. For vertically plane submerged body, if theta is equal to 90 degree, then it is 1. So Ig by A is bar plus A is bar. So for theta is equal to 90 degree, it is same as the vertical plane. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Now let us discuss a numerical on this particular topic. A rectangular plane surface 2 meter wide and 3 meter deep lies in water in such a way that its plane makes an angle of 30 degree with the free surface of water. Determine the total pressure and position of center of pressure when the upper edge is 1.5 meter below the free water surface. Okay, so this is the problem. So let us see how we can calculate this problem, how we can solve the force you have to calculate. So you can see from the diagram a rectangular body you can see, and it is making an angle theta. So width of the surface is given 2 meter, depth is equal to d is equal to 3 meter, angle theta is equal to 30 degree, distance of upper edge from free water surface 1.5 meter. So total pressure force is given by the equation F is equal to rho g A is bar, and rho is equal to 1000 kg per meter cube, A is equal to B into D, that is your 6 meter square. H is equal to what? Depth of the center of gravity from the free water surface, that is equal to 1.5 plus 1.5 into sin theta, that is your 30 degree. Theta is equal to 30 degrees. So 2.25 is the H bar. Now how we can calculate the F? F is equal to rho g A H bar. So rho you know, G you know, area you know, and H bar that is equal to 2.25. So 132.435 Newton is the correct answer. Okay. Now this is the force. Now the center of pressure. So center of pressure is A star is equal to Ig sin square theta by A H bar plus H bar, where Ig is equal to BD cube by 12. So B is equal to 2, T is equal to 3. So ultimately BD cube by 12 it is 4.5, and H star is equal to, from the after putting all the value, 2.233 is the correct answer. So this is the correct answer. Now let us discuss about the curved surface submerged in liquid. So in case of curved surface, what happened? This is the diagram you can see. By the help of this diagram, I can say that dF is the force which is acting on that particular point. Okay, and one vertical component and one horizontal component is taken. So in case of this curved surface, the resultant force I can calculate root over fx square plus fy square and tan theta, that is your inclination of the tangent with horizontal is tan theta, it is equal to what? Fy by fx, or theta is equal to tan inverse fy by fx. So dfx and is equal to df sin theta and dfy is equal to df cos theta, and after integrating this part I can calculate the fy. Okay, fy and fx. Once you have got fy and fx, you can calculate the total force or resultant force, and you can calculate the angle theta phi. So I hope it is clear. Now this is the problem number 3.22. It is your homework. Solve it in your home for curved surface. So you need to find out the fx and you need to find out the fy. So by the help of the formula you can easily find out. Some highlights you can see: when the fluid at rest, then the shear stress is 0. The force exerted by the static fluid on a vertical, horizontal and an inclined plane immersed surface F is equal to rho g A is bar. So rho is equal to what? Density. A is equal to area. Is equal to depth of the center of gravity of the immersed surface from the free surface of the liquid. Center of pressure is defined as the point at the point as the point of application of the resultant force, and is star is equal to this formula for vertical immersed surface, for inclined immersed surface, Ig by A is bar plus A is bar, and Ig sin square theta by A is bar plus A is bar for inclined one. Okay, next is your center of pressure for a plane vertical surface lies at a depth of 2/3 of the height of the immersed surface. Okay, so this you have to remember. Next is your for curved surface f is equal to root over fx square plus fy square. Then if your and the inclination of the resultant force on curved surface with horizontal tan theta is equal to fy by fx, and the f is equal to f1 minus f2 I can consider. So this is the end of the video for this. Next topic is your buoyancy and flotation. So it is also included in your module number 2, so that is why we have to study it here. Okay, so basically in this chapter, buoyancy and flotation, the equilibrium of the floating and submerged bodies will be considered. Okay, so equilibrium of the floating and submerged body will be considered here. Thus in this chapter, the buoyancy, center of buoyancy, metacentric height, analytical method for determining metacentric height, condition of equilibrium of a floating and submerged body, and experimental method of the metacentric height, it will be discussed. But in your syllabus point of view, only the stability of the floating body is given. So we will be discussing the first of all the buoyancy. What do you mean by buoyancy? When buoyancy, basically when a body is immersed in a fluid, an upward force is exerted by the fluid on the body. This upward force is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body and is called the force of buoyancy or simply buoyancy. Okay, so this is the definition of buoyancy. So I hope it is clear. When a body is immersed in a fluid, then some upward force is exerted by the fluid on the body, and this upward force is equal to what? Weight of the body displaced by the weight of the fluid displaced by the body, and it is called your buoyancy. Now next you need to know what is center of buoyancy. The center of buoyancy, it is defined as a point through which the force of buoyancy is supposed to act. That means where the buoyant force is acting, that is called your center of buoyancy. Okay, now as the force of the buoyancy is a vertical force and is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body, the center of buoyancy will be the center of gravity of the fluid displaced. Okay, so I hope it is clear. That means if the force of buoyancy is is a vertical force and is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body, the center of buoyancy will be center of gravity and of the fluid displaced. So basically what happened, the ship, particular ship is floating, that is because of the buoyant force. Okay, and by the help of, you know that the your Archimedes principle, so you know that how the particular a particular in a piece of gold, whether the gold is your solid gold or not, there is there any kind of foreign material or not, that we can easily calculate by the help of the Archimedes principle. Okay, eureka, you have already this story, you know. Now the problem number 4.1, the find the volume of the water displaced and position of the center of buoyancy for a wooden block of width 2.5 meter and of depth 1.5 meter. When it floats horizontally in water, the density of wooden block is 650 kg per meter cube and its length 6.0 meter. So let us discuss. This is a wooden block. Center of gravity is lying somewhere in the middle portion, and center of buoyancy is lying the middle portion of the immersed body. So from the free surface water, whatever the distance, that is your h, and center of buoyancy is lying at a distance h by 2. So width of the body is given 2.5 meter, depth is 1.5 meter, length is given 6 meter, volume of the block is what, 2.5 into 1.5 into 6, so 22.5 meter cube is the volume of the block. Now density of wood is rho is equal to 650 kg per meter cube. So weight of the block is what, rho g v. So rho g v, rho is given, g is given, so volume also I have calculated. So 143471 Newton is the wooden block, the weight of the wooden block. Okay, weight of the block. Now for equilibrium, weight of the water displaced is equal to weight of wooden block. So 143471 is the weight of the wooden block. Therefore volume of water displaced is equal to weight of the water displaced by weight density of water. So 143471 by rho into g, so that is your 14.625 meter cube is the correct answer, volume of water displaced. So the density, weight density of water is equal to, we know that 1000 into 9.81 Newton per meter cube. So the volume of the water displaced is what, 14.2625 meter cube. Now let us discuss about the position of center of buoyancy. So the position of center of buoyancy is equal, it is basically volume of wooden block in water, and that is equal to volume of water displaced. So 2.5 into h into 6, that is the volume, and that is equal to, already I have got 14.2625. So from this equation I can easily find out h is equal to 14.625 by 2.5 into 6, that is equal to 9.975 meter. So center of buoyancy is equal to 0.975 by 2, that is your 0.4875 meter from the base. Okay, because we know that it is at a height of h by 2. So this is the correct answer, center of buoyancy is equal to 0.4875 meter from base. Now another numerical you can see, that is your let us solve this numerical. Find the density of the metallic body which floats at the interface of mercury of specific gravity 13.6 and the water such that 40% of its volume is submerged in mercury and 60% in water. Okay, so let the volume of body is equal to v meter cube. Okay, so upper portion, you can in the figure you can see the upper portion is your water and lower portion is the mercury. Now The volume of the body submerged in mercury is equal to what? 40 into V by 100. So 0.4 V, it is meter cube, it is the volume of the body submerged in mercury. And volume of body submerged in water is 60%, that means your 0.6 V meter cube. Okay. And for equilibrium of the body, what we can say? The total buoyant force, upward force, is equal to weight of the body. So total buoyant force is equal to weight of the body. So but the total buoyant force is what? Force of the buoyancy due to water plus force of the buoyancy due to mercury. So force of the buoyancy due to water is what? Weight of the water displaced by the body, and weight is equal to rho g v. So rho g v. So rho is equal to 1000, g 9.81, and v is the volume of the water, volume of the body in water. Now 1000 into g into 0.6 v, because already I have got 0.6 v is the volume of the body submerged in water. So 1000 into g into 0.6 into v, it is Newton is the buoyant force, force of buoyancy due to water. Now the force of buoyancy due to mercury is equal to weight of mercury displaced by the body. So here you can see that g is the your weight of the that means your rho gv again. So density of mercury is your 13.6 into 1000, g is as it is 9.81, and volume of the mercury displaced is equal to 0.4 v Newton. Okay, so weight of the body is equal to density into g into volume of body. So rho gv is the figure what I have got. Now this rho is the density of the body. Now for equilibrium, total buoyant force is equal to weight of the body. Okay, so this equation from the water we have got 1000 into g into 0.6 into v, plus equation we have got from the mercury portion, that is your force of the buoyancy due to mercury, that is 13.6 into 1000 into g into 0.4 v is equal to rho into g into v. So rho is equal to 13.600 plus 13.13600 into 0.4. So ultimately the density what we have got, only the unknown is your rho, and density of the body is equal to 6040 kg per meter cube. Okay, so this is the equation what we have got. So this is the answer from the numerical I have got. Now next is your metacenter. What do you mean by metacenter? Metacenter is defined as a point about which a body starts oscillating when the body is tilted by a small angle. So in the figure you can see the body is floating, in particular this triangular shape body is floating, and the normal axis you can see, and B is the buoyant force and G is the center of gravity. Now what is metacenter? It is a point about which the body start oscillating, or it is and it is basically tilting. Okay, the body is tilted when the body, that means when the body starts oscillating when the body is tilted by a small angle, or if I am applying some force on that particular body, you will see that the body is tilted, and with respect to some point the body is rotating or moving. So that point is called your metacenter. So from the normal axis you can see the M is the metacenter, and G is the center of gravity, and B is the center of buoyancy. So you will see that the center of buoyancy will shift. So I can say that the center of buoyancy, it is acting with respect to the metacenter. So here in this figure you can see that the body, the metacenter, it is basically also it can see it can be defined as the point at which the line of action of the force of buoyancy will meet the normal axis of the body when the body is given a small angular displacement. Okay, so also this definition is also important. It is the defined as the point at which the line of action of the force of buoyancy will meet the normal axis of the body when the body is given a small angular displacement. So I hope it is clear. So next class we will be discussing the metacentric height, the analytical method of metacentric height. Then we will be discussing the some problem, condition of equilibrium of floating and submerged body. Okay, so this is stability of the floating body. Okay, stable equilibrium. This portion it will be discussed. So today up to this, I hope it is clear. Thank you for listening. Jai Hind.